trial.
Day 3 trial. I think this is it. Anyway, we're doing the trial now.
Because there's another investigation after this. I remember this correctly.
I don't know. Marissa says, so wait, in the game, is everyone innocent or some of them guilty? So are you saying like all of Phoenix is like all the people that Phoenix defends are innocent or guilty? 9:42, October 19th. Mr. Wright. Yeah, all the people Phoenix defends. How to answer this? How to answer this? I can tell you that in the series going forward, that not like for spoilers or anything, I can tell you that nearly everyone that Phoenix defends is actually innocent of the crime. However, there is one instance at some point in the series where they are not innocent. There's another incident in the series where they are innocent of the crime they were committed, but they did something else. You know, there's a few ones where there's gray areas. But there is one case in the game, in the series, not in this game, but in the series in general, where he defends someone. They find out that that person actually committed the crime. Basically, I won't say when. I'm not going to say who, but it does happen once. Yes. Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? She looks even unhappier.
Next. Klein is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him.
This is no time for dead people jokes, please.
Now we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. If Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it.
Something overlooked. Oh God, Chrissy, I just remembered. Yes, there is another investigation because I do remember some. Darn it! I thought we were finishing this tonight. Okay.
We have to find something, Phoenix, today. That's it, or lose the trial.
This isn't going to be easy. October 19th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Or that director. Marissa sent a big chat. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude could you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Salmonella, I'm a director of television. Were you at Google Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Next. Let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. On the trailer on that day did it.
Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. The day of the murder. I was at the studio from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing, next scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting room until around 4 o'clock. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in the meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, let's pick him apart. Out of the studios from around 9 o'clock in the morning. Press. Is that when you always come into work? Oh no! I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way. Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry. Still, FWIW, I was pretty busy all that day. Tell us more about that. During the morning, I was doing an action run through the press. In the employee area? That's right! There was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. LOL! She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us four. It took a lot more time than I thought it would, Press. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. But WB twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Oh, right, thus the limb. Which of course led to me missing my lunch. ROFS, FS. ROFS? Rolling on the floor, starving? Everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. Press. What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak! The assistant cooked up some. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. But I had a meeting in the studio too shortly, so I ended up skipping lunch, Press. So, in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, no steak at least. Can't you believe it? That must have been tough.
Nix.
Yeah?
Doesn't something about that seem odd to you?
I'm gonna say not at all. Well, no, not really. Seems pretty straightforward.
Oh, perhaps I was wrong then.
We were in the meeting to about 4 o'clock, Press. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this! The sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manila, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can't you believe it? Actually, I kind of can. So, nobody left the table during the whole meeting? During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs, Press. You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not a one. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. I'll wait for one to come over and then hit him with it later.
His alibi holds. Powers is finished. Press him as hard as you can and find out where he's lying.
Right. Alright, I'm gonna go back to that statement that was vague. Okay, it's the I had a meeting in the so I ended up skipping lunch. Press. Didn't get to eat. Okay. Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? It's a little vague. Actually, there is something bothering me. Mr. Manila, just now you said steak at least. So you ate something other than steak? Yeah, good call! I had some chocolate in my pocket, which I used to stave off starvation. I see. Is that all? I was sure I was onto something there. Alright, going back to that statement. Press. Skipping forward. Seeing odd to you. It's contradictory. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manila! What did you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat it later. Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So, when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during the meeting. I wolfed it down then.
He's so creepy.
A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If they took a break, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. And now we can now we can press him on this statement. You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not a one. Let's see. Sorry, I only had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder. Wait a second, Mr. Manella, you just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate a T-bone steak during a break? Oops! Well, Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time.
Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Uh-oh. Edgeworth is laughing. The break. Yeah, FWIW, we took a break, ROFL. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1? LOL. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
Got this.
Okay. Yeah, after we took a break, RLFL, press. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or around until 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death. So he could have got to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. It was only 15 minutes. 15, that's only 13 base 12 press. What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak? What else? There were 2 plates on that table. Oh, right. The other one was Diva's. Sorry, D. Vasquez's plate. D. Vasquez, the producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes, that's quite a feat. Not enough time for someone to commit murder. Press. Why is that? Oh, haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1? Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
Hold on, saving.
Oh.
Oops. Saving. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? I claim it loud. I'm going to... I know this is the wrong answer. I'm going to say I claim it and claim it loud. If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility. I suppose you might say that. Alright, I've got the judge thinking now. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright. What's your point, Edgeworth? You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record. The court record? Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4 o'clock, the path between the studios was blocked? Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. Whoa! You're right! True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkey had barred the way! It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. No counter-argument, Mr. Wright? Then I'm afraid you lose this round. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? Oh, hang on. I'm gonna say load now. I'm gonna load that save file. Think about giving your answer. You claim someone went to the studio. I'm gonna say no, it's impossible. I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time. Ha ha! I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on the thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break in the show came at a time that, however, the path from the... Okay, I'm going to skip a lot of this because we already read this, the other one. There we go. When the people in the trailer went to the break, the studio was blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have received enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manila from the stand. What? It's over? Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They, therefore, have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking then is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness.
Dun.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. October 19th, 11:04. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi...
I'm sorry, Phoenix. Guess I was wrong.
But Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have?
Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was still a chance. One thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's going to happen to me? It kind of seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai. Hero to children everywhere, after all.
Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it.
Alright, 11:15. Back to court we go. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hatkins to the stand.
Oh, poor kid.
Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on? Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. What are those donut crates should do? Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness! What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hatkins. I'm in second grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness! Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just, Mr. Edgeworth, I prefer bearded gentlemen myself. A very long day. Incident. Photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission, if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with the kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go.
Next. I wonder if he had the camera on the day of the murder. Better make note of that in the court record.
New digital camera. Cody's always carrying it, though he's still learning how to use it. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the day of the incident. Witness's account.
I love this.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked! Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child. This kid is tougher than most adults we see here, honestly. Alright. I want to see a Steel Samurai return just once press. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do! I've taped every show! And I go to all the live performances! That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course! Duh! My dad always takes me! Poor dad. Found a map on the internet and studios that day press. Was that the first day you've been to the studio? Actually I've been a couple of times. I never managed to get there on rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling. Right. Please continue. Chill, Pops! I'm getting to it! How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez! Oh man, I wish the most so that old lady would catch a press. Off the path? Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. I see. Anyhow, I was going for the studio press. Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio? Unusual? Did you see this monkey by any chance? Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted. So you went straight to the studio. I got kind of lost in the way, though, for about 30 minutes press. You got lost in the woods? Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, was I relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? When I came out by the studio, there was Steel Samurai press. The Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing there by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside. I see. What then? Totally rocked right before out came the bad guy. Press. What sort of bad guy was it? A guy, a person, kinda tall, skinny. Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know. He was kind of far away. Huh, he's being awfully vague. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow, press. What happened to the bad guy? Huh? Well, he kind of didn't move. Not a bit. Like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor. Yes, I suppose he was. Marissa says, I had my money on who it is now. Ooh. If I had a camera,
do you?
That would have been the time for a shot, I tell you, press. If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time. Really? I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home.
Next. Remember, he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm.
Easy for you to say. Okay, I think I remember.
It's gonna be the last statement with the camera, I believe. Or the thing.
Yeah, I've had the camera. Yep. Because he says he always carries it. Cody always carries it. Present. Cody,
the
what
music stopped. There we go.
Yep. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Uh-oh. Was I putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. What I saw. Yeah, I had my camera with me. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules. Oh, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. What I saw. Yeah, I had my camera. Oops, I didn't mean to skip it. Press. So why didn't you use it? He's getting to that. Relax and listen. I didn't use it because I was way too busy watching the real thing. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. Press. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course! You didn't turn away? Not even once? No! Okay, then tell exactly what happened. Yeah! I'm getting to that! Steel Samurai, he goes to the bad guy. Wham! Press. So the bad guy attacked him first? Yeah! What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person! He was a person! How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see. And what happened next? Then the bad guy stopped moving. Press. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice! And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap, something like that. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops! How should I play this? For now, I'm gonna wait. Yeah. If I press him too hard, the judge might keep me from continuing. I'll sit back and see how the rest of this goes. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai was press. What did you do after the bad guy fell, Cody? Actually, the fight was so intense that I kind of got scared. So I went straight home. Something isn't adding up here. Something about his account doesn't seem right.
Phoenix? Doesn't seem right because he's being deliberately vague. Press him on the facts, Phoenix. Find out what he saw.
Okay, second to last statement it should be. Okay. And the bad guy stopped moving. Marissa says, why haven't you been able to ask him about the limp? Pulls hair out. Oh yeah, the limp. Why wasn't the bad guy moving? How did he do that? The vague. Something like that. Still being vague about this. How should I play this? Press him harder. Cody. What? Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how we might have missed something so vital? Well, that's the thing.
Phoenix! I believe you're on the right track with this. Think. Why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? Wow, I forgot this one. I'm gonna say he was watching something else. He missed the climax of the fight because he was looking at something else. Probably. Probably something else? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What else could possibly distract the boy from seeing his idol, the Steel Samurai, fight? What do you claim he was looking at? Come on, think of something. Think of something. Nothing. Mr. Wright, please refrain from making baseless claims. Yes, sorry, Your Honor. Do you have another explanation for this? I'm going to... Hang on. What is in the report?
I think as we show evidence.
Ah, yes, you're probably right. But I'm gonna say he couldn't watch it because he couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder taking place at his age? Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight, like on TV. The more real the fight, the more he would have watched. I have to agree with Mr. Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Wright. Okay, now we're going to show evidence. Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? And yeah, the samurai scrap. Yeah, present. Here's my proof. Proof? Can I do that again? What? This doesn't prove anything. Ha! Lost your nerve, have you? Very well, ask the question again. So it must be a different evidence. Why did he look away from the fight? Oh, the camera! He's still learning how to use it. Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah! Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at this camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking.
Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there, watching his hero. I'll take a picture.
Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah.
Well, Phoenix. I'll bet you anything. He's hiding more than that. Let him testify again.
Right. He means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hatkins testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. No photo? Oh, poor kid. Look at him.
No, he looks so sad.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure. But I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Press. Pops? Yeah, I called you Pops, you spiky-haired geezer! Geezer? I'm Mr. Edgeworth, and I guess I'm the bearded gentleman. That's what I hate about grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious. Okay, off with the kid gloves. Testify, witness, testify. Yipes! Caesar had just escaped from the clutches of the villain press. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely? So I held up my camera to take a picture. Press. Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera has too many buttons. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to take a picture. I really tried. But the lens went open, so I missed it. Press. When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground. And the Steel Samurai. That's all that happened. Yep, press. That's all? Yeah! I told you I didn't take a picture! I would have once I got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? I'm gonna say let it slide to see what he says. He looks ready to burst into tears. I better lay off him for now. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony?
There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. And Mia's rough.
She is rough. Alright, I'm gonna go to the yep statement. Press. And this time I'm gonna press hard. Press him hard. Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's gotta be something here I can use. Cody! Listen up, Cody Hatkins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture! Hey! Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hatkins. It's one of my powers. Wow! This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody? I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. Press. You erased them? Yeah! Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. Okay, we already read this. I took a few shots, but it was too late. Nope. The evidence is here, the scrapbook. He has a victory of every battle that he's won. Press. Present. Cody! What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow with something bad.
Oh, poor kid.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Ah! Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hatkins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No! Wait! No way!
Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is.
Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually...
Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Ooh, I gotta save because I wanted to give some wrong answers. Alright, I know what the right answer is. I just want to... So the answer is the Steel Samurai didn't win. Just wanted to let everyone know that. But I'm gonna put the photos were blurry first. I believe that Cody Hatkins is what we call an artiste. An artiste? He didn't like the photos he had taken. They were blurry, or maybe his framing was off. Anyway, for some reason, he erased the data. Is that right, Cody? What do you mean framing was off? It seems the only thing off is your guesswork, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, I'm sure the real reason is... Yes, the real reason is... Why was there no photo? Why would he erase the photos? I'm gonna say he erased them by mistake. Simple, Your Honor. Cody wasn't used to using his new camera. He erased those photos he took by mistake.
Wait a second, Phoenix. That's your answer. We're back where we started.
Huh? You mean that wasn't it? Mr. Wright! If you have something to say, of course, speak up. Well, sorry, Your Honor. Can I change my answer? Why was there no picture of the album for the day of the murder? Alright, now I'm gonna load it. Oops. There we go. The Steel Samurai didn't win. I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way! No! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! He never loses to anyone, ever! Your Honor, the witnesses revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. You know what's funny about that line? The song that's playing right now is literally called Confess the Truth.
Yep.
Yeah. Order! I will have order! Witness! I mean Cody! Is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
Oh, poor kid.
Cody. That day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight. Right? Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. He didn't move. Order! 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 What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we've all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Oh, save. I want to see the wrong answers. There was no victim. There was no victim in this case. What? Has the defense taken leave of its senses? Of course, Jack Hammer died. But the Steel Samurai fell too. It was a draw. Sorry, I was too shocked to say anything for a bit there. Listen, Wright. Only one person died in this incident, and that is Jack Hammer. Yet now you claim there was no victim? Are you insane? Uh-oh, he's pulling out all the stops now. I'm sorry. It was I who was wrong. Okay, right. First you're right, now you're wrong? Which is it? Look, I'm sure there's something we're overlooking. If you're so sure, then tell us what it is. What's this all about? Hammer was the victim, which we know. Quite simply, the victim was Jack Hammer. Mr. Wright? We all know that. Right. Perhaps you'd like to reconsider your last statement? I'm sorry. It was I who was wrong. Okay, now I'm gonna load. Steel Samurai was the victim. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Order! 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 So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer? That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury. But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony?
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1:00 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to the Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it! I thought that the Steel Samurai is moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Huh, me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo of my digital camera! What? Show us, quick! No way, man, not if you're gonna look at me like that! No. Here, this is it. Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Hey, Phoenix.
Mia? What?
Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial.
What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. It's a glaring decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo.
Find the inconsistency in the photo. This is the first time we've had to, present this, right? I know this is the wrong answer, but since there's no penalty, I'm going to say this. I think it's here. You seem to be lacking even more confidence than usual. I suppose that's because I'm not confident about it at all. Maybe you want to rethink your case, Mr. Wright? Yes, please, Your Honor. So we're looking at number 2. I think it's here. Wait, what? It's not? What?
It's gonna be up above, I think.
That one, okay. The other number. Oh, because they both have S on them. Your Honor, look at this! I see a gate. Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible! Eh? What's all this about? Please explain so I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. Oh, I love the corner song so much. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see here in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. Again, no penalty, so I'm going to say 1 by accident. It was here. What does that have to do with the number on the gate in the photograph? Well, sorry, Your Honor. I guess I hadn't thought of it that far through yet. Think it through before you point at the map this time, Mr. Wright. Once again, where's the scene of the crime? Alright, the murder actually took place in Studio 2. Here, at Studio 2. I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. Oh, I don't have any penalties? So, I'm going to say no filming is done there. Studio 2 is no longer being used for filming. I see. And this is a significant... Why? Good question. I really should think these things through more. Would you like to take another stab at it, so to speak? Stabbing away, Your Honor. Your Honor, I find it very significant. I'm going to say the trailer is there. As you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. Oh, I think this is actually the right answer. Oops. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They're at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15 p.m. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they couldn't have not gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. Order! Order! The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that took the security guard, Miss Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume. I do have proof. Hang on, let me save just in case. I'm gonna say I don't have proof, but I think we do. Proof? Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything like that.
Nix, even if you're not 100% sure about this, you have to try. I think you've got proof that's good enough to win them over. For it, all or nothing.
Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? Actually, I do have proof. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. The empty bottle. This is it. An empty medicine bottle. I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills. Sleeping pills? The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. I don't think examining Hammer's body would do anything, but I'm going to say that. An idea, Mr. Wright, and that would be, we should examine Mr. Hammer's body. Mr. Hammer? I thought that it was Mr. Powers who was made to take the sleeping pills. Indeed it was, Your Honor. Wrong again. Your Honor, I have an idea. Would either of these answers be right?
It would be the
fingerprint. The bottle sounds right.
Fingerprint, I believe.
Yeah, so in that case, I'm going to put how it says Powers' blood as the wrong answer. And idea, continue. Run a test of Powers' blood. You should find traces of the sleeping pills. This much time after the day of the murder? Even if there were traces, it still proves nothing. No blood test could tell that Hammer was the one who drugged him, Mr. Wright. He's right. Darn. That didn't work. Time to try another idea. I have another idea. Let's fingerprint the bottle. An idea. Very well. Let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle. Empty bottle given to the judge. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. October 19th, 2:47 p.m. Whew! That was a close one.
We're saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. Thought seriously about going home after 3 times during the trial.
Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Ha! Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there.
Me too.
Dead?
Oh, of course we're kidding.
Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation, but I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right, thanks! Whew, alright then. So we got one more day of trials then.
Investigation and trial.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I think we will call it for tonight, but I was going to ask you, Christy. We had talked about this on like Slack before, but do you think you're still good to do another Phoenix Wright part on Sunday night?
Let
Evening?
me see. Maybe we'll have to. Yeah, I should be good for one Sunday for sure.
Okay. So, assuming that still pans out for everyone watching, we are planning to do the final day of investigation, the final day of trials for Case 3 on Sunday. Times will be determined on our social media, so follow that, which I'll share to you guys in a second, so you guys can know what's going on. And on that note, I wanted to make some announcements real quick as regards to like timing and whatnot. So, for those who don't know, I am finally out of the furlough on my job, and so I'm going to be going back to work starting Sunday. And that being said, some times for our upcoming streams are going to be changing here and there. So I just wanted to go ahead and announce that now. So, as far as Sunday, let me just say this real quick. For everyone that's been following our Fortune Street streams, I want to thank you guys. However, with my current schedule getting a lot busier and us wanting to finish Ace Attorney and whatnot, Fortune Street is not canceled. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to take it off the regular schedule. So, for those who have been with us for a while, you may remember that we did a playthrough of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That playthrough never got canceled, but at some point, because of the unpredictable nature of that game, I did have to take it off the schedule, and just, it became a sporadic stream, let's say. So it's going to be the same with Fortune Street going forward. That whenever I have free time and a free night, I will do it, basically, while also not dying, because, I'm going to be working. So, just wanted to point that out there. So, if I can find a time to do it, I will. That's all I'm saying. So you'll have to stay on our social media to find out when those are coming. But it's not canceled, so just stay tuned for that. And yeah, the current plan this Sunday night is for myself and Christy to do some more Ace Attorney. So if you guys want to see the finale of this investigation, definitely tune in on Sunday, assuming we do it. And if it doesn't happen, then we'll find another day to do it. So don't you worry. Either way, you're going to see this conclusion. So not to worry about that. Monday stream is our normal episode of HP Critical Does It Hold Up. My guest is going to be Wesley LeBlanc, freelance at IGN and one of our very good friends. That stream has been pushed down from 8 o'clock to like 7, assuming he finishes his stuff that day. So 7 is the earliest we're going to try to do it. It may go later, but 7 is definitely the target time for that stream. This Wednesday, I'm still doing Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, but that's going to be going down to 6 p.m. instead of 7 p.m. as what it normally is because, I work really early. But one time that is not going to be changing is next Friday is when we're going to be doing our charity stream. Yeah, because that is the 21st. So, myself, Christy, Jarrell, and many more people on this website and beyond are going to be doing an Among Us invitational playthrough, play together. And we're going to be raising money for charity. Christy, do you have the charity name by any chance?
It's going to be the Asian Mental Health Collective.
Thank you.
Let me see. I you want, I can go ahead and post the Spotify link.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, so while she's posting the link there, that Among Us play session where we raise money for this charity will be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to be going all the way up until 11 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll have plenty of time
Or
to
not, because my laptop hates me.
It's okay. It's okay. Just letting y'all know that when charity starts, it'll be at 7 p.m. next Friday, and it'll be going up until 11. So we hope to see you guys for that because that is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of sus people, but we're going to have a good time. We're going to raise a lot of money, and that's what's going on with us. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming out. And yeah, if you enjoyed this stream, definitely check out our website, hpcritical.com. We have many articles written by writers like myself and Christy and many more available on gaming and other topics like movies, shows, anime, books, and more. And our site does get updated daily. So definitely check every day for some new articles from our wonderful team. While you're there, you can check out our newsletter on that website. And if you do that, you'll get monthly emails on top-rated articles in the site. You'll get stream schedules. You'll get podcast information, info on upcoming tournaments and play sessions, much like our Among Us session we're doing this next Friday, Patreon info, and every newsletter will have a thank you to all of our Patreon supporters as well. And speaking of the Patreon, there's 3 different ways you can support us. The first way is that Patreon, which is at patreon.com/hpcritical. If you support us there, not only can you get monthly stuff like bracelets and stickers, but you'll be able to influence future streams we do and even have spots on our weekly podcast as well. Second way you can support us. While you're on the website, we have our merchandise store available there. You can get all kinds of cool stuff like shirts, hoodies, baby clothes, coffee mugs, wall tapestries, beach towels, leggings, coffee mugs, and they come in like all kinds of different colors. So definitely head over to the website now. Head over to our Teespring store and copy yourself some cool merch today. And the third way you can support us, as several people have done on this stream already, is if you have an Amazon Prime account or a Twitch Prime account, you can hit us up with a free subscription on our Twitch channel if you haven't already used yours, and that helps us out a lot too. Now, if you want to follow our social media, which I do recommend you do so because, again, it's going to give you a lot of information on like articles that we do, pictures, or updates on streams because, there's going to be a lot of changes coming to the stream schedule in the next few weeks. So I want you all to be aware of when, things are changing. For the most part, I'm trying to keep the days consistent. It's just the times that might change. So that's why you guys want to stay on the social media. We're on Instagram at HP Critical Gaming, Facebook at HP Critical, and for the most updates from a wonderful team, follow us on Twitter at critical_HP. And speaking of Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Louis Don. Christy, where can they follow you?
They can follow me at RubyAmber5.
Sweetness. And again, thanks everyone for coming out, and also thanks for your patience while we do some big changes to the stream schedule. And we hope to see you guys when we stream some more Ace Attorney and everything else we do. So until then, have a great night. Take care, everyone. Bye.